catch and fire. It's on the... Ah! He made it! Oh my God!
Inside Forest Glen Park, I'm Ryan Lockhart, joined by my good friend and colleague, once again, Noah Tobias. Noah, the Foresters' second game of this doubleheader against the Marian Knights. Not victorious in the first one. We'll get to that in a minute. Right now, the Foresters come in 20-11 on the season. Knights coming in 21-18 on the season. A little bit of a struggle for both these teams right now. But Noah, a big thing tonight for us, FDN at the Glen. A promotion we're putting on, FDN Sports. We got news and Forester Radio all combining the whole networks here tonight. It's been a big night so far, Noah. I have a number. $50 is how much we've raised so far. No, I think there's a chance we can raise even more than that, maybe even double that, but we only have the first 2 innings we're selling, so you'll have to get out here in a hurry.
Yeah, for sure. You know, this is a great thing that we're putting on for pediatric cancer, just a little bit of a fundraiser that we're able to put on for them.
Now, another great thing was the walk-off win last week the Foresters had against this Marian Knight squad. It was a big victory for the Foresters, won the first game of this 3-game series, but we'll see kind of what they did. We'll take a look at that video now, Noah. Let's kind of watch it with the viewers here.
What an exciting moment. What a great evening. Baseball at its finest.
Richard in the hole with the 0-2 count. He'll swing at one. That's a high fly ball. Jim, that one's back.
It's back. It's
That's out of here!
good!
Ball game!
Austin
Ball game,
Pritchard!
Jim! The Foresters win! Jim, the Foresters win!
Austin Pritchard with a walk-off grand slam.
And Noah, you know, we see that big play there. I was on the call for that game. An electric game, but the controversy came. Daniel Lichty was at second base. Rounded that base, was at first, Donovan Clark was at second. But when Lichty rounded second, he comes straight home. He didn't go to third place, then touch home plate. A lot of controversy there. It ended up taking away the grand slam. Got ruled just an RBI single. Foresters still won the ball game, which is the most important part of that one. But in this previous game, Noah, Foresters, it was a battle, it was a dogfight until the 8th inning. And then it seemed like things just fell apart. Can you kind of take us through that one?
Yeah, you know what? It was really interesting. So in the 3rd inning, Marian was the ones who actually struck first there. They got 1 run, and then the Foresters were able to strike right on back. Then the 5th inning, Marian struck again, making it 2-1. And then actually in the 4th inning, in the bottom of the 4th, Huntington, they struck. So they were tied 2-2, and they had to go into extra innings. So the top of the 9th, I tell you what, I don't think anybody could have predicted this, but in the top of the 9th, Marian actually got 6 runs on Mason Shinneberry, and you know he's the one who got the loss. So you know it was really tough for him to go through that, but honestly, he's a great pitcher. He'll definitely bounce back from this for sure.
Yeah, no, and you know you kind of look back and forth at both these teams. Right now, the Foresters 20-11. 14-16 in conference. We'll see if they can battle back and get this 3rd one. But you know, talking about battling back, a big battle was Adrian Perez, a guy I think we all love here at FDN Sports. But you know, it's kind of his story that I don't think people necessarily know. Our very own Justin Coleman was able to sit down with him. It's called Far From Home, and it was a great production. Take a look with us.
A home run for right fielder Adrian Perez.
Perez started playing baseball at a young age where he fell in love with the sport. Then, when he made it to high school, everything changed.
When I was a junior, this guy saw me in Florida playing, and he asked me if I want to stay in Florida for better education and find like a scholarship or something in the USA.
This was an offer that Perez and his parents didn't see coming, but there was another curveball on its way.
In that year, my mom got cancer. When that happened, she talked to me and said, "Oh, do you dream? Like go follow your dream. I'm gonna be fine."
So he listened to his mom and started playing for the Iowa Lake Community College Lakers in 2015. That's when he earned the nickname Big Shot. But in the midst of his great success with the Lakers,
I hurt my hamstring in a scout day in Iowa Lakes.
Perez returned to Puerto Rico for therapy in December 2017. After weeks of therapy, he walked his mom through her final days.
My mom passed away after 2 years.
To honor his mother and follow their dreams of going pro, Perez returned back to the U.S.
At that point, I got hurt, and all this go again is NAIA, but I don't want to talk to nobody. And that frame Coach Friendzone, he called me over and over and over. But all this school, the NAI just sent me over. He was the only one he want to talk to me. So I told him, I can play baseball right now. I just trying to rehab and everything. I said, he don't matter. I'm going to give you a good offer so you can come to Huntington University and play here, and we're going to take care about the hamstring and everything. He offered me the offer, and I didn't even call my dad. I said, okay.
So Perez and the Foresters made it official.
I signed, called my dad, tell me I think I made the right decision.
While at HU, Perez remembers that he's almost 9 hours away from his family.
The adversity just helped me go through everything in that point. My dad always watching me in the TV, so when I go to him, I make a sign, so he know he know I just want to play for them. And
Let's go!
And welcome back here. Ryan Lockhart joined Noah Tobias, and Noah, first couple pitches underway here. Brent Turner on the mound for the Foresters, but you know, while we have a moment here, that package, great job once again. Justin Coleman works here, you know, FDN for us, does a lot for us, but wow, what a phenomenal story. I think that's a thing a lot of people don't realize about Adrian, is he comes from such a rich background.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, something that was really, really cool was that Adrian's dad, he was actually here live watching him just about a week or two ago. And that was just an amazing sight to see, because instead of Adrian kind of doing his little thing at the camera every time he goes to at bat, he actually looked right at him and pointed at him before he got in at bat. And I think he actually got a home run at that bat as well, which made it even more special.
Yeah, Adrian definitely a special player here, and you know, has really helped affect this team in a very positive way. Part of the senior class that I think I can say on my behalf, Noah, that we're going to miss once they're gone. Brent Turner on the mound for the Foresters. He'll walk Caden Jones, the first batter. Noah, batting lineups first for the visiting Marian Knights. Can you take us through them?
Yeah, so in the number 1 slot is Caden Jones, who you just saw get a walk right there. Second spot, Maverick Bacon. Had a decent game right there. Definitely a dangerous hitter for Marian. He's up right now with a 1-0 count. Then it goes to Leo Lopez, Evan Hickman. Leo Lopez is playing shortstop. Hickman is playing catcher. Tyler Vogel playing third base, where he played last game. Skylar McCool is DHing for the Knights. And then also Caillou Quatero, he is in left field. Then it goes to the number 8 spot to Henry Fisher, who's out in center field. And then rounding out the lineup in the 9th spot is Ethan Steven at second base.
Maverick Bacon grounding in to a play here. Caden Jones won't make it to second, but Bacon will be able to run out the throw to first.
Yeah, it seems like McCutcheon kind of got tapped there a little bit as he was trying to I'm sorry, that wasn't McCutcheon, that was Wilson that was trying to get it over to first. But no runner's interference right there, as he was just going straight towards the base, so nothing wrong with that.
And Noah, that freshman connection, I think that's one we're going to see quite a bit. And now, Mike Frame, you know, now that you say something, Noah, he's going to come out. And I think he's going to say something to the umpire here. I'm not happy with that call, but I'm not going to take it. There's Frame will go back to the dugout for the Foresters.
Well, here, take it as this way. There was controversy in the first game. There's already controversy in the third game. Both teams are tied 1-1. This game is a huge game for both teams to really show, okay, who's the better one between both of us. And a nice looking strike by Brett Turner.
Yeah, Brent Turner on the mound for the Foresters. Noah Turner, a guy that really has come out of the bullpen quite a bit, but getting the start here. The Foresters electing to start 2 freshmen against this Knight squad. Turner so far this season in total has a 6.86 ERA. He's played in 10 games, started 2 of those. Has 21 total innings pitched, but he has a high hit count. Has given up 20 hits on the season. Only 1 home run, but opponents only have a 274 batting average, Noah. So there's some good to take from Turner, a guy I really like out of the bullpen. I think he's got good stuff. And it's that kind of stuff right there, that low outside corner. We saw Joey Butts paint it early on in that first game. We'll now see Brent Turner can do it in the second game.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Marian can really take what they got from at the end of game 1 and bring it over here to game number 2 here today.
This one flied out to Donovan Clark on a 2-2 count. Clark ranging over to his left just a little bit, and Noah Clark able to get there.
Yeah, he had to take just a couple of steps back, but really he did a good job of tracking that right into his glove for out number 2.
That does bring up number 15, Eric Hickman. Hickman, the catcher today. Usually we see Bailey Adams in that role, but Adams getting a break today, and that's a first pitch strike for Brent Turner.
I just want to let you folks know, this game was supposed to be a 9-inning game, but because the first game went into extra innings, this will only be a 7-inning ball game here today.
Noah's start time just before 8 o'clock. So it's going to be a late one tonight for Huntington College and even for these baseball players, for the Marian Knights. You know, a few-hour drive back home. The lovely NAI and baseball season mixing together. Turner now, 0-2. Count in his favor right now. He has 2 outs in his back pocket. Bacon's on first. Hickman at the plate. Hickman will look at it. That one's just a little high.
Yeah, that umpire, you know, even in game number 1, he was not necessarily calling anything that was really even close in the upper part of the batter's box.
This one a high fly ball. Clark's going to get under it once again. Looks like he's going to make it, and he does. Another routine fly out. Forster strained them here in the first one. We'll see what their bats can do in the bottom half. This is FDN Sports. And welcome back here. Noah, take us through the lineups for the home Foresters in this one.
Yeah, for the Foresters, really, there were a couple of changes, but not a ton. Donovan Clark, he is actually going to stay in that number 1 spot out center field. Colin Landrum, he's going to go out to left field and replace Andrew Natividad. Daniel Lichty on the third base for the Foresters. On the 4th spot, Austin Pritchard. He's actually going to be the designated hitter for the Foresters. In the 5th spot, Adam Roser. He is into this game, and he is playing first base. In the 6th spot, Jacob Hansen. He is still going to be in right field. And in the 7th spot, Satchel Wilson, shortstop for the Foresters. Then it goes to Ian McCutcheon, who's the second baseman. And then rounding it all out is Gustavo Bonilla, the catcher for the Foresters.
Donovan Clark taking a rip at the first pitch he sees. Chase Dow will be your pitcher for the Marian Knights today in the second ball game. Second one of the doubleheader here. Clark now gets this one out. Shortstop, second base that is, excuse me. Clark not able to run that one out, and that's going to be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Steven really just putting his glove down there, along with, I believe it was his left knee, just to make sure that his entire body was in front of the grounder. Just, again, put it over there to Bacon, and well, it's 1 out now.
No, we talk about how good Matt Burlington was in that first game and how good he's been, you know, over his career. Repeatedly we did that. But Chase Dow, he's had a really good season this year. 4.76 ERA. This one now grounded once again to the second baseman. Landrum's going to try to run it out. It's not going to be in time. Good job there by Steven at second base, getting two, the quickest guys in the conference out. You're going to take a look at this replay. No, go ahead.
Dang, Colin Landrum, he had some wheels there. He was very close, but he was out right there. And again, it went straight to Steven, but Steven had a little bit of a hiccup right there. Kind of caught him off the chest, but was still he was still able to recover there.
Lichty will watch that first one. And Noah going back to Dow, 6-1 on the season. He's played in 15 games total, but he's been a guy that's been rather effective when he's been out there. He has one complete game, 45 innings pitched, which is number 2 on this Marian team. A team that, you know, is kind of strong in their pitching area. Does have the most hits on this team, though, allowed with 53. And most second bases with 12. So we'll see if the Forsters can capitalize off of him like they weren't able to against Burlington.
Yeah, really, the Foresters, they need to capitalize. I mean, they need to learn. Well, I guess not necessarily learn. I guess it really just needs to come back to them, because really this season they've done a great job of getting their base runners in. But I guess we'll have to wait till next inning to see if they can do that.
Lichty strikes out there, and that's going to be how this inning ends. We'll come back in the second. Right here, this is FDN at the Glen. Welcome back here, Huntington, Indiana, where your Forsters are taking on the Road Marian Knights. You know, the Forsters in their black uniforms, white hats, and pinstripe pants. The Marian Knights, the blue jerseys, the blue hats, and the gray pants. No, I'm not a fan of the Yankees by no means, but I do like the pinstripe uniform that the Forsters don, and I do like that pitch right there by Brent Turner.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm not a fan of the Yankees as well, being a Cubs fan, but
ooh, I'm sorry. It's
you know
been a tough season for you guys so far.
Do you know what? I think we're just kind of getting back into the flow of things about how, you know what, we should be really good, but we're not. We're not.
That's tough. You know, no, I can't talk really much. My Boston Red Sox aren't doing the greatest right now, but we do have the latest ring out there. So, you know, I guess I can talk a little bit.
Well, the thing is what the heck are they doing? I mean,
for
both of our teams, what are they doing?
I have no idea. I do know the Forsters, they've been doing some really good things and playing really well. Lost to Goshen, they've lost to Marian, but other than that, their last 10 games, they played really well, Noah.
Yeah, really they have. It's been impressive to really see what they've been able to accomplish this season. Again, they've beaten Mount Vernon. They actually swept Mount Vernon at the beginning of the season, and then they went 2-1 with Taylor. Both teams are currently receiving votes, but whenever they played them, they were in the top 25. They were actually ranked, and Huntington, to this point, has not been ranked at all, not even receiving votes. So it's been kind of interesting to see that kind of chain of events happen with Huntington not being ranked.
Yeah, I agree with that, Noah. Forsters definitely beat some quality opponents. Maybe if they could have got another one against Cumberland's early in the season, and maybe one against IU Southeast, we'd be in a little bit of a different situation. But what a battle going on right now between Brent Turner and Tyler Vogel. No, I don't have the pitch count on this at bat, but it's got to be quite a few. Both these guys battling back and forth. Vogel's the leadoff hitter, and a 3-2 full count right now. Turner the pitch. That's outside, and that's going to be a walk. Vogel wins this round.
And, you know, you mentioned the pitch count, Ryan. That's the thing that always concerns me doing this so early, is because your pitch count is already starting to really get up there, and that's not what you like, especially here in inning number 2. I mean, when you go to battle with those, because then once it does kind of get later, it's not going to be as late as in, like, inning-wise, because you're always going to be watching that pitch count, but it's just a tough situation for this early of a situation.
McCool attempts to lay down a bunt there, but that one goes off foul. Vogel's on first. No outs right now for the Knights early in this ball game. No, remember, this is only a scheduled 7-inning game. Unless something happens and extra innings creep up on us.
If you just jinx this right there, I know I jinxed this first game. I know I did. But if you just jinxed this right there, I think I might cry.
What's better than one free baseball game, Noah?
Come on.
Free baseball games.
Now. Come on. You can't do that.
Come on, Noah. Is there any other place you'd rather be than Forest Glen Park right now? I can't think of any.
I mean, on a night like tonight,
Skylar
this
McCool probably can after striking out there, though. He'll have to go sit on the bench and think about it for a moment. But a big opportunity here. Brent Turner, Vogel can't get him, walks him, strikes out McCool. That brings up Quintero, a guy that was hot in that first game. I believe Quintero was 4 of 5, Noah.
Yeah, really got a hot bat from first game and almost drills his coach on the first base side. I mean, he almost drilled him. But he knows one word, and that word is duck.
Turner the pitch here. Quintero chops that one over to Lichty. Lichty to second for one. To first. Pritchard gets him. They're going to call him out. Double play. Quintero's out. The Foresters get out of this one. We're going to come back with this one, Noah. Wow. Big play there by the Foresters and Lichty. This is FDN at the Glen.
It's hard not to have faith and to be close to God when you're out there hours on end pushing your body to its limits. We try to provide a lot of opportunities for the kids to spend time together in a constructive and meaningful way through study hall groups, devotional series, and then our practices. Huntington University is really unique in the fact that on the cross-country team, we have resources and experience and knowledge that no other NEI school has for sure. I can guarantee that.
Welcome back here, Noah. I think we just got to let the viewer watch this one. Great job by Kobe Solms on replay. Get a hold of this one. Noah, I know I donned the Forest green and white. I think one might have been missed there.
And you know what?
I'm okay with it.
Oh, the thing is,
but
I
think one was missed there.
I think, honestly, there have been a couple of those tonight.
Yeah.
And actually, it's kind of evened out because, well, I don't know. Maybe that could have been helping us from the runner going into.
Runner going to second.
Yeah, going to second in the first.
Pritchard gets one here. That's in the gap. Bacon won't be able to get it as he lays out. Pritch is on first. Noah, sorry, but go right ahead with that one.
No, honestly, I mean, you just never know if that just kind of helped us out, or maybe you just missed it. I mean, he's a human.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And that's one of those plays, you know, you didn't see Todd Bacon, Marian's coach, you didn't see him come running out there. Wasn't real mad about it. I'm sure he was probably kind of the same thoughts as us, but all back to baseball. Everything is fine and well.
Everything evens out. Honestly, it does.
Yeah. The baseball gods will take care of it, Noah.
Gosh.
Pritchard's out there on first. Adam Roser, otherwise known as Little Rose, due to his brother Andy Roser out there. That's a high fly ball, and that one's going to get foul. And Noah, I know Roser's kind of back from some injury, you know, hasn't played nearly as much as some of the other guys on this team. He's still traveled with the team. He's still been there for practices. Just doesn't have as much of those games in this season. But he's a guy, he's hungry. He's a senior. He wants to bring another title to this team. High fastball there.
Really, he has been a good leader for these Foresters over this year. You know, he's been the kind of player that, you know, Coach Frame wants on his team because he has been there even though he's had injuries and stuff. And just like that support when you have that injury means so much. And especially as a senior, you're just that much of a leader. You're just that much of a leader to your teammates.
Yeah, Roser definitely an important guy. He's got a couple all-conference honors. I believe one at second base and one at shortstop. But a 1-2 count stares him down right now. Roser, check swing there. Second base umpire agreeing on that. A 2-2 count with no outs and Pritchard at first. Pritchard getting on first by way of that single in the gap between second and first. Roser watches that for a full count now.
And Pritchard, you know, if you really watch his lead, he's barely getting off the bag. So, I mean, really, Dowell has no reason to go over there towards him.
Jake Hansen up next for the Foresters. Dowell the pitch. Roser takes a swing. That was outside. And Roser will have to think about that one. That's out number one for Huntington. Dowell gets a strikeout as well. We'll take a look at this one, and great placement by Dowell, Noah.
Yeah, really, that was way outside, but that also had a lot of heat to it. And it looked like even if Roser, you know, well, even if the ball was in the batter's box, honestly, I think he would have even been behind it just because of how fast that was.
That one to Hansen, that's going to be a strike. Noah, I know there isn't much time, but there still is a little bit. Make sure you get out here. We got the raffles going on, FDN at the Glen. We only have about 2 more outs where we're going to be doing that. Noah, we got some updates on how much we've raised. It's a pretty high amount if you ask me, and the goal is right there within reach. I think we can do it tonight, Noah.
Yeah, really, this has been a great event. Miss Emma Grace Lehman, she has been doing a great job of putting this together. And we just got word that we are actually over our goal of $100. We have 102 right now. That is absolutely outstanding.
And no, I think on behalf of everybody here, FDN Sports, News, Forster Radio, the whole network, and even Adam Widener, our professor, we want to say thank you to the community for coming out, helping us donate to pediatric cancer. But don't forget, Saturday, Teddy's going to be out here for the St. Francis ball game. Come out and see him. Kid's full of energy. He's just fun to be around, Noah.
Yeah, really, he's a big inspiration to a lot of people. And, you know, this event is the first time that we have put this on ever. So to be able to get our goal in year one, I think it just lets us know that we can make an even bigger goal next year if we would decide to do it. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I think this has been amazing to be a part of, and yeah, it's been absolutely great.
So many people involved with this. Jake Hansen gets one lined out. Vogel gets it at second. He's going to look to turn 2. Doesn't happen. Hansen, he thought about going to 2, but he's going to get back. Bacon able to recover rather quickly, but Pritchard's going to be out as the force at second.
Yeah, the ball, when it went past Bacon, it actually got a really good hop. So that's why you didn't see Hansen, go over to second. So really, that's just smart base running, and really, I mean, that's just good coaching, letting your player know that you need to stay there.
Satchel gets a hold of this one. Can't get it past Vogel, though. He's able to get the force out at number 2. That gets Hansen out. That gets the Forcers out of this one. We'll see what the Knights can do in the top half of the third here. This is FDN at the Glen.
This is how we like to do it.
Welcome back here, Huntington, Indiana. No, the sun has started to set here. The bright lights out, and the Knights are out as well. The Knights versus the Foresters. Game 3 of this series. Right now it is split 1 apiece. The Foresters taking the first one, 3-2. The Knights taking the second one. And both teams, you know, trying to battle back. No, they both have 7 games left in the Crossroads League. Every game right now is important.
Yeah, definitely. You know, neither team has gotten on the board yet here in game number 2. And it's been interesting to see how game number 2 has started a lot like game number 1. Really not a lot of scoring, but we'll have to see if it picks up here in the later innings.
Turner now, 0-2 count. Fisher gets a hold of this. This is a high one. Looks like Hansen's going to get under it, and he does. Subbing in for Perez out there in right field, and Hansen able to mop that one up there. Fisher got quite a bit of this one and sent that a high pop fly. Just a routine play for the senior Hansen out there. Now up to bat for the Marian Knights. Number 3, Ethan Steven, the second baseman. One out here for the Knights. Lichty's playing in at third base. Everybody else at normal depth, even Donovan Clark playing a little bit in out there in outfield. No, once again, not much wind out here. The flags, no movement whatsoever. Turner able to find it there. 2-1. Able to charge back.
Yeah, in game 1, you know, there was a little bit of wind blowing out, but not much. And as we've gotten further and further into the night, really, like you said, there is no wind out here, and especially since we're down here in like a little bit of a gully next to the creeks and to the woods. I mean, there's absolutely nothing.
You know, we know a lot of those pop flies that earlier in the day really, you know, able to travel a little bit more. When it starts getting cool out here, those pop flies, they die up there in the air. They don't, you know, have that extra carry on them. So we'll see what that's going to be like in this ball game. 2-2 count now for Steven. And that's going to be a low one. That's going to run it to a full count. No runners on base. Brent Turner on the mound. 3-2 count. Steven in the box. 1 out. Steven checks a swing there, and he's going to walk to first. That's going to be a walk for Brent Turner, his first one of the day. Second one, excuse me. Take a look at this placement here. Once again, a great shot by that outfield camera we have. Able to really hone in on it there. That went in there to Caden Jones. A first pitch striking. Just shaking his head, yeah, as he looks over to Brent Turner on the mound. Steven over on first. He's staying close to the bag. Second pitch by Turner. That'll paint the outside corner. And that'll put Jones in a hole. 0-2, 1 out. Turner the pitch. That one's maybe a little bit too far outside that line. Can't find it there.
Yeah, Turner again here in another battle. And again, it's early. It's only the third inning, so it's just interesting to see his pitch count rise.
Jones able to get a hold of that one. Landrum lays out for it in left field. He gets a hold of that one. We saw Clark do it in the first game, Noah. Landrum not going to be showing up at all. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, really, he read that absolutely perfectly. And, it's so hard because it's getting night out. It's getting dark out because of the night, and so the lights from different angles might have been affecting him as well. But he is quick, too, so he's able to adjust quicker than most people, just like Donovan Clark. So because of those skills that he has, he was able to make that catch.
Brett Turner now the first pitch. That one's outside. Noah in a race. Donovan Clark, Caleb Landrum, Colin Landrum around the bases. Who do you think's clocking a faster time?
Oh gosh,
Donovan has more stolen bases on the season, but Colin Landrum. I'm sure Caleb could probably steal a base too, but Colin Landrum. Who do you think's gonna win that one, Noah?
I'm gonna say Donovan. I really am. Donovan, he is just a lightning bolt. Honestly, He is, because of how fast he can get around. He stole home, for Pete's sakes. Yeah. He stole it, put it in his back pocket, and then went into the dugout, honestly.
Great way to paint that picture. Brent Turner not able to paint the corners, though. 3-1 count right now with 2 outs. Stevens still sitting over there on first. That one's inside, and Turner a little disappointed with that one. That's going to be a walk for Maverick Bacon.
And that's actually going to be Brent Turner's second walk of the night.
Shortstop number 2.
So a tough number for Brent Turner. Again, let's see how he bounces back right here.
Turner does have 2 outs in his back pocket, so no need to get too worried here, but needs to get Lopez out, Noah. If you remember back that first game, Lopez was the one that got it started. That single to, past Lichty out to the left field. Now this is a high fly ball. It's dropping. Landrum's going to be able to get under it. He's going to make the catch. Brent Turner gets out. Caleb Landrum, Colin Landrum. No, I'm going to figure it out sometime here. The Forcers, they got the defense figured out, though. We'll see if the bats can figure it out. This is FDN at the Glen.
It's hard not to have faith and be close to God when you're out there hours on end pushing your body to its limits. We try to provide a lot of opportunities for the kids to spend time together in a constructive and meaningful way through study hall groups, devotional series, and then our practices. Huntington University is really unique in the fact that on the cross-country team, we have resources and experience and knowledge that no other NEI school has for sure. I can guarantee that.
Welcome back here. Ryan Lockhart with Noah Tobiasen. No, we're going to take a look at this one. Leo Lopez able to get a good bat on it, but too much of a good bat. Colin Landrum coming up with the second one out there. Had the diving one to start it off and then one to end the inning. And And that brings up for the Foresters, number 4, Ian McCutcheon. Gustavo Bonilla will be behind him. And Donovan Clark, the senior, will be number 3. And the top of the order for the Foresters. It's always a good sight to see.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, for any baseball team, you always love seeing the top of your order. But especially Donovan Clark. You heard in the first game, DJ Moore was saying how Donovan will do anything to get on base, and I guess most of the time that can be a good thing, but it can sometimes be a bad thing. But Donovan is such an all-around player that it's fine. But McCutcheon right here, first at bat of the second game. Let's see what happens here.
Dow able to find the low strike zone there and runs this back to a full count. McCutcheon trying to battle here. No outs, the leadoff hitter. And McCutcheon gets a foul ball there. Both these teams scoreless right now through 2 complete. But the Foresters trying to change that in the bottom of the third. An outside pitch. Outside by a mile almost, Noah. And McCutcheon will make the walk to first. That brings up number 6. But number 9 in the order, Gustavo Bonilla. And that puts McCutcheon on first.
Yeah, Gustavo really coming out strong here in this season. Really, you were, again, mentioning it earlier in the first game. It's interesting to see a transfer sophomore start catcher for us, because really a catcher for the Foresters, it's been interesting. Honestly, they've been one of our stronger players, and to see a transfer sophomore start in that position was interesting at first. But honestly, he's a great catcher. You know what? He will block about anything. Really, not a lot goes by him.
High bunt there. That one's going to get down. Dow laying out for that. And Noah, that's the kind of play I want. Maybe not out of my pitcher necessarily, but I'll take it. He's going to lay out for that. Let's take a look at this. Dow sacrificing his body for the team. That's what makes winning teams, championship teams. And Noah, that's why these Marian Knights have been to 2 straight NAIA tournaments. They won the last one at the expense of our Foresters right here.
Yeah, that was insane. I can't believe that the pitcher, Dowell, actually would do that. But, hey, kudos to him. It stinks, honestly, that he wasn't able to make the catch. But still, I mean, that was pretty good.
Noah, do you think we see round 3 this year in the Crossroads League tournament against these 2 teams? They've gotten pretty familiar in postseason play. Gustavo laying down the bunt. He gets this one down. Dow will go for the easy out. Yeah. Gustavo at first. McCutcheon moves up to second, though.
How it's looking, I would say yes. Just because these 2 teams have been 2 of the strongest teams here in the conference. Now, currently, right now, Mount Vernon is actually tied with the Foresters. They were able to come away from St. Francis today, beating them in 2 games. First game ended out 6-3, and the second game ended out 17-12.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know.
That's a high-scoring one right there.
It's almost like a football score, I'd say. But still, I mean, 17-12, and now there's a tie for the Crossroads League. But there won't be a tie after this game, because something's got to happen. Either Huntington's going to go up a half a game, or they're going to be down a half a game, and they would actually be tied with Marian if they would be if they would lose in this second game.
High pitch there from Dow, 2-0 counting. No, I asked a few of the guys, we're in first place. We were up a game and a half at the point. I was like, what are you guys kind of thinking about that? Quite a few of them just looked at me, and they didn't even realize they were in first place. A lot of these guys don't even look at, some of those stats, what it says conference. They're just out here to play baseball, have fun, get their job done.
Counts to 3-0 to Donovan Clark here in the bottom of the third. Dell really not wanting to pitch to him right here.
That one's going to come in for a strike down the middle. McCutcheon out there at second. 3-1 count. you got to wonder if Clark's going to try to see what kind of power his bat has. Maybe lay down a bunt as well. He can do them both. Dow the pitch. Clark called for time right before that pitch. Wasn't awarded it. But Dow was awarded a full count. He's battled back in this one, Noah. And now we'll see if he can win the second battle against Donovan. Clark grounded to second his first time up. Full count, 1 out. The pitch, an outside one. That one almost hits a fan out here. And Noah with the, sun really down now. The clouds starting to get a little dark. Stadium's got a beautiful look to it out right now.
Definitely. We are definitely blessed to have one of the most beautiful fields in the Crossroads League. Another foul ball for Donovan Clark. Still full count with 1 out.
And Noah, a little later in this game, we're going to have DJ Moore come back up here. We're going to get a chance to chat with him. We're going to send you right down to the field. That way you can see what the guys are thinking and what it's like down there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually kind of interested to hear DJ and his thoughts about the first game and kind of how the vibe is in the dugout after the loss. And the umpire is going to say that Donovan swung right there, so that's a strikeout for Dowell for out number 2.
Now batting the left fielder, number 1.
It did look like he turned his hips through that one, but that's going to bring up Colin Landrum, number 1. Freshman from right across the road here, Huntington North. Guy that's decided to stay close to home, and so far in his freshman year, it's paid off for him.
Yeah, grew up just right across the street, and he's been getting a significant amount of playing time for a freshman.
Landrum on the season bats .239. Has 8 RBIs. Potential another one in McCutcheon at second. McCutcheon's dancing. Landrum takes a swing. No dice out there. And Noah with, Donovan being a senior, Landrum a freshman. That's prime picking for Landrum to take over that center field spot next year. Kind of learn from those experienced outfielders this year. Make the most of it next year. The pitch, Landrum gets this one chopped off. That's going to be a foul ball.
Yeah, you've got Donovan Clark, a senior, Jake Hansen, a senior, Adrian Perez, a senior.
Matt Kuntz is a senior out there.
Matt Kuntz is a senior. I mean, seriously, everything is pointing towards Ian McCutcheon being really the next prime outfielder for the Foresters.
Gabe Freeman, a freshman, he can also play a little outfield. More of a pitcher and infielder, but a guy that can step out there as well. 1-2 count for Landrum as he takes a moment but steps in the box now. 2 outs. McCutcheon on second. The pitch. And that's outside. That's good placement there by Dow. That's one you can see Landrum swinging at just because of where it is right there outside of the box.
Yeah, it was definitely close, but that was a great call by the umpire, calling that a little bit outside. Makes it 2-2 with 2 outs.
The delivery here. Landrum gets this one chopped off. It's going to be Steven at second, and he's going to get the throw to Bacon at first. Get the Knights out of this one through 3 innings here. We're scoreless. We'll see if number 4 changes it for us here at Forest Glen Park. This is FDN at the Glen.
This is how we like to do it.
And welcome back here. No, we mentioned how beautiful it looks out here. This shot right here, breathtaking almost. I don't know what the clouds are doing up there in the sky, but hey, it's something you see, you know, written in a comic book. Just the scenery, this setting.
All I know is that the clouds, they are not raining. That's what they're not doing, and I am perfectly okay with that because we actually get to broadcast some baseball.
1-1 the counting. No, I hate to say this, but the other day it snowed. Sunday night, and no, they're giving out free snow cones in the crowd right now. There's a shot out to right field. Hanson's able to get under it. I'm sorry, but no, these snow cones got me. They look delicious.
Yeah,
Hanson able to catch that one in right field. No, you focus on the snow cones. I got this all worked out. Hanson able to corral that one. Brent Turner able to slow things down on the mound now. He gets Vogel to swing at one. No, I do have to disagree with you. You happen to think they were cookies, but I'm going to stick with the snow cone theory here. We're back to baseball. That's a strike there. Brent Turner able to find it. 0-2 is the count right now. 1 out.
It's fine. You're blind. That's fine. It's fine.
Vogel chops this one right into the Forster dugout. How's it going, Noah?
Do you know what? I'm here. You know what? It's almost Easter break, so that means we get a break. We get 4 days off. We get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Vogel able to single this one out to Hanson and right. That'll be the second hit of the day now for the Knights.
But I'm excited for this break. You know, I think we all need it. And, you know, we all need a little bit of a recharge going into the last 4 weeks of the semester. And that includes finals. That includes finals.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Ryan. I don't have that, that bad of a final schedule. So
I haven't even looked, Noah.
That's worse. That's bad.
It's worrying me.
That's bad. Yeah.
No, I'm in a good spot right now, but, Easter break, I'm excited for it. It's not going to be much of a break for me. I'll be calling that Friday game, the St. Francis one. Make sure you guys tune into that one. That's surely to be a good one. 2 big rivals here. We know St. Francis just being down the road, that's always a rivalry game for us. But
and fun fact, not only is there a game on Friday, but there's a game on Saturday as well. Do you want to know how I know that? I know that because I'm working that game.
It's a doubleheader, Noah.
It is a doubleheader. It is.
Brent Turner now. He's going to get talked to by Brian Abbott. Doesn't look like there's any activity out there in the bullpen. Abbott just giving Turner a little talk. And, Turner up to this point hasn't pitched, a perfect game. 3 1/3 innings, 4 walks, 1 strikeout, but 64 pitches, Noah. That is the key right now, 64 pitches. That one fouled, and Gustavo. Gustavo felt that one there. You see him shaking up a little bit.
Yeah, umpire trying to help him out a little bit, trying to get him. I'll give him a little bit of time to recover. And actually, so Ryan, I was working a Tin Caps game last Thursday. I was doing replay, and actually there was the Tin Caps. They were on defense, and when there was a batter, they were playing the Dayton Dragons. Dayton Dragons batter foul tipped a ball. It went straight back to the catcher, and it actually hit his throwing hand. It hit directly to his throwing hand, and he's actually stayed in the game. I can't believe how he did, but I was working replay, and I was going back and forth. It was disgusting. It looked terrible.
He's a stronger guy than I would be. 2-2 count right now for Skylar McCool. 1 out, runner on first. And McCool has taken a couple big rips here.
Actually, that last foul ball almost went out of the little gully that we're in.
No to straight center. It is 400. Left field, 320. And right field. 305.
So could you, Ryan Lockhart, could you hit a home run here? If you were thrown a perfect strike exactly where you want it, could you hit a home run here?
Is this like an underhanded strike, or is this a Mason Shinneberry heater coming in?
No, I'm saying you hit it no matter you hit it. Well,
this one tipped out. Pritchard's gonna get it. He's gonna touch a bag for one. Vogel's gonna reach second there. 2 outs here.
Underhand.
For the Knights.
Underhand. I've made my decision.
Underhanded.
Yeah, like you actually make contact.
Oh,
but can you
actually make contact?
Yeah, well, because
I'm a little offended by that,
because
Noah.
you wouldn't make contact with Shinneberry.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll accept that one.
I'm just saying. It's not any offense to you. It's just saying how good Shinneberry is.
Noah,
so don't take any offense to that.
A couple weeks ago, a couple of my track friends, Avnel Barrow, also played soccer here, called a couple soccer games for us. Brady Gerke plays track, soccer guy as well. We both got in the batting cage.
Oh, no.
Inside Plex Arena.
Who got hurt?
Nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt, really? Okay.
I'm just saying, when Avi was throwing his pitches into me, if the net wasn't there, Noah.
Oh, yeah?
I like to say they would be moon shots out there.
My.
So I'm going to say I would send it over the Forest Glen Park sign.
Oh, my.
Maybe I'm not going to say over the treetops because that's shooting pretty big, but I'm saying they would be lost up there in the trees.
All right. Okay. I'll take your word for it.
3-0
here.
Lifting for track right now. It's getting me up there. But right now, Brent Turner, 3-1 count. He's battling back in this, and he's trying to get up there as well. 2 outs up his sleeve, Noah. Trying to get number 3. There's a runner on second. This one out to center field. Clark's going to range back. Clark's going to get it. And that's going to be the inning here, the top half of the inning. We're going to come back in the bottom half of the 4th inning and see if the Forsters bats can get something going. We're going to see Lichty, Pritchard, and Roser right here on FDN at the Glen. Replay this one here, Noah. Take us through it.
Yeah, really, Donovan Clark gauged us very well. He did have to go back a little ways to really get back to it. But he did a good job. I mean, he's using his senior experience. As soon as the ball hit the bat, it was great.
Great description there, Noah. No, this is the second game we've called so far this season for baseball. It's been a fun one. We're going to see number 16, Daniel Lichty, lead off.
So we want to thank our volleyball sponsor here really quick for being one of our big donors for our raffle. And man, is that a start to the inning or what? Daniel Lichty with a nice looking bunt. But yeah, again, thank you so much to HU Athletics. We really appreciate you supporting what we're trying to donate to, which is pediatric cancer. Really, it's great that you're available and doing this for us.
Yeah, Noah. Kelsey Herbert taking over the volleyball program here. And I think she's going to do a lot of good with this program. She took over the squad from Kyle Shondell. Shondell brought in a lot of good recruits. Just wasn't able to find, a lot of success with them. He's now at Indiana Tech coaching men's volleyball there. We wish him all the luck, we possibly can. But no, I think, the Kelsey Herbert era, it's here for women's volleyball. And, you know, I think, Noah, her being a previous player for this squad, I think she's going to be able to do a lot of good, and I'm excited for next volleyball season. I don't know about you.
Yeah, you know what? She's going to bring a huge positive aspect to this volleyball team. And really, she's going to do a great job, I feel like. 1-1 here in Forest Glen Park. Checking over to Daniel Lichty to make sure he's staying close.
Back here in this one, Chase Dowell on the mound for the Knights. This one, a shot that Pritchard a little bit too soon on there, Noah. That one would have been up in the treetops. That's the kind of power I want to think I have, Noah. Not the foul ball power.
I was going to say foul ball. Yeah, you could definitely do that for sure.
I knew you were going to take it there.
You know what? I had to. You left me no choice.
Oh. Lichty's on first right now. No outs. And Dow's going to check over on him. Noah, Lichty's not a guy that's, not afraid to steal on the season right now. 9 stolen bases and 12 attempts. 1-2 the count. Pritchard, a big swing and a big strikeout for Dow on the mound for the Knights. Oh, that makes number 4 now for Dow. And let's take a look at this one. If Pritchard gets a hold of that, Noah, that one's going yard, no doubt about it.
But, you saw in his face, as soon as he finished his swing, he's like a crap. It's like a oh crap face because he just really did not want to swing at that one. That one was not in his wheelhouse at all, and so he paid the price for it.
Roser now in the box for the Foresters. He fouls the first one off. And Noah, to see Roser come back after kind of what's been really a big injury-plagued season so far, to come back in it looks like he's 100% right now. I know he's only DH, and we're not really seeing him in the field as much, but to see him come back, that's got to be huge for this team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it teaches the team to always stay positive even if you do have an injury. I mean, right now we have 2 red shirts, Owen Young and Ryan Walker. Ryan Walker tore his labrum, and he's a really stellar pitcher, and I think, he would have gotten some reps out here if he would have been healthy. But Owen Young, it's possible he could have gotten some reps, but the thing is that when Owen tore his ACL I think during practice here at the beginning of the season, or maybe at the end of his last season.
Owen actually played a couple games. I believe he appeared in 5 games, started 3 of those, but yeah, it was very, very early in the season. But he's a guy, a highly recruited prospect.
Yep.
Out of high school, had a couple offers from really big programs, Ohio State being one of those. But Noah, he's got baseball in his bloodline.
Yeah.
His father, his uncle. He's a guy, and you look at Owen Young, he's a guy that has the build, the frame of a guy that can make it to the leagues.
Yeah, it's really interesting to hear his story if you ever get a chance to ask him about it. Baseball is definitely in his blood. I think you said it best, Ryan.
Thank you, Noah. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I'm going to have to mark that one down, Noah.
Yeah, really. I'm sure you are.
Adam Rosa right now battling with the full count. 3-2, 1 out, and Lichty's at first. Dow trying to keep it clean here. Noah, it's unfortunate to say, but that loss to Marian in the first game of this doubleheader, that is the Foresters' first loss here at the Glen this season. They've played phenomenal here. They've, swept receiving votes teams, beat some really good ones. But Marian, a strong one today. Lichty's going to go for the steal. He's going to round second. This one gets out. Lichty slides. He's safe in there. Roser gets a base hit. Up the middle. Fisher not able to get it in. Noah, take me through this one.
Well, Adam Roser, man, coming in clutch. 3-2. Daniel Lichty already stealing, but gets the bat on the ball and still gets the ball in play. I think, the most annoying thing for any base runner is when you get told, hey, you're going to steal, and whoever's at bat comes up and gets a foul ball, so then you have to go back, especially if you have a really good jump. In that case, Lichty had a great jump, and then Roser, you know what? He got the bat on the ball, and he actually put it in play, and so because of that jump, that initial jump that Lichty had, he was able to go to third from first.
You know, we're going to get Todd Bacon out here, head coach of the Marian Knights. He's going to talk to Chase Dow for a minute and, you know, ask him what he's doing. And, you know, with Todd Bacon, the guy's a phenomenal coach for this squad. He's in his 6th season. He has a 125 and 140 record. He's made it to 2 straight NAIA tournaments. The first one he made it to in 2017. Forsters won both the regular season and the conference tournament. So Marian being the runners-up, they were the ones.
I'm going to say thank you to Clear Insights. Thank you so much for donating a couple pair of Huntington University socks to our raffle. Really appreciate you, again, supporting us, supporting what we're standing for, and supporting what we're doing here tonight. Also, thank you to SAB. Again, Justin Coleman was a huge part in that sponsor. But thank you for the different shirts that you guys are giving to us. And again, thank you for being here and supporting us. One 1-0 is the count. And Jake Hansen out to bat for the Foresters. Hasn't had really a good night here at the bat tonight, either in game 1 or game 2. He was thinking about putting down the bunt because there is only 1 out, but he pulled it back, and now 2-0 is the count.
Runners on the corner. 2-0 the count right now, 1 out. That's a high one that's going to run this to a 3-0 count. No, we talk about how disciplined Jake Hansen's been able to be this year. Last year, you know, DJ mentioned it. Hansen struggled. It just wasn't his season. He couldn't find it. So far this year, I think Hansen's really improved, and I don't want to say it's kind of not playing as much, but I think that does help out because I think he's able to see it better. He's able to trust in himself. And, you know, when you got a group that's as close and collective as this team, and your teammates trust in you, it's a lot easier to go up at the plate. 3-1, they're going to walk Hansen. And Noah, that's going to load the bases. And that's going to bring up the freshman sensation, Satchel Wilson, number 12.
Well, you know what? You know, that's kind of interesting to me that Dowell would walk Hansen, because honestly, I think that surprises me just because of he hasn't really done that much here tonight, as we see number 27, Adrian Perez, pinch run for Jake Hansen. But again, you know, Dowell, he just walked Hansen, and it's just kind of interesting that he wouldn't put one in there for a strike to try to get him out.
Satchel Wilson up, 1 out. Bases are loaded, Noah. And this is a big opportunity for the Foresters. The infield is in right now. Lopez playing a little back at shortstop.
Looks like there is a little bit of activity in the ninth bullpen.
Wilson gets a high fly ball. This one gets foul. Noah Satchel Wilson, he's got 2 home runs on the season.
Yeah, 2 home runs on the season. Count 1-1 with 1 out. Runners on first, second, and third, so bases loaded.
Satchel sends this one to left field. 1 run's going to come home. 2 runs are going to come home. Perez is at third. He's going to get into third. Wilson gets a double. The Foresters put 2 on the board.
And that is a huge hit. That is huge, especially for Satchel Wilson. I mean, just to get his confidence high.
No, we take a look at this one, and Satchel Wilson, that was kind of similar to where Leo Lopez for the Knights was able to send one his lower on the ground. But Noah, Adrian Perez, the man at first, making it to third. Remember, he was the guy in the video we showed you prior. And Noah, that may be all for Dell. I think we're going to take a break as we're going to get a pitching change right here. We'll be back in about a minute's time. This is FDN at the Glen.
Attention, Kelly Shinneberry. You are the winner of the HU track and field.
It's hard not to have faith and be close to God when you're out there hours on end pushing your body to its limits. We try to provide a lot of opportunities for the kids to spend time together in a constructive and meaningful way through study hall groups, devotional series, and then our practices. Huntington University is really unique in the fact that on the cross-country team, we have resources and experience and knowledge that no other NEI school has for sure. I can guarantee that.
Welcome back inside Forest Glen Park. Ryan Lockhart joined by my good friend Noah Tobias. Noah, we got a pitching change here, but before we get to Cole Aping, number 18, the new pitcher, take us through Chase Dow's stats.
Yeah, Chase, you know, he only was up there for 3 1/3 innings. He did have 4 hits to his name, but really, well, he had 4 strikeouts too. So those 4 strikeouts were actually pretty big for him because they came in at pretty big times. He had 67 total pitches, 28 balls and 39 strikes, but really he was starting to get hit hard, and so I think really Marian's just trying to get him out before any more damage is done. But again, only 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Aping coming in right away and getting a strike. That's big right here in this situation, Noah. Keep in mind there's still 2 ducks out there on the pond with 1 out. 1 strike. And Ian McCutcheon in the box. McCutcheon walked his last time up. Perez is out there at 3rd. Adrian Perez, that is. And Satchel Wilson, the man that got the double. He's at 2nd. And that one's going to get McCutcheon. Noah, that's the first batter that's been hit, I believe, all series.
I believe you're right. Yes. And already, Aping, he's struggling a little bit right now. I mean, I know he's only a couple pitches in, but 1 already showing that it's getting away from him. So he's going to have to come back right here and make something happen for the Marian Knights, because if he doesn't do anything right here, right now, honestly, the Foresters, they can really go away with this one.
And Noah, talking about doing things right now, we got a pinch hitter in the ball game right now. Number 11, Jarrett Gray, the freshman. Gray has played in 22 games, owns a .289 batting average. But if you ask the guys on this team, he's one of the most clutch hitters. He's only a freshman, Noah. He's only a freshman.
I feel like we say that every year about this team. I mean, am I right?
It's a reoccurring theme here. This one's sent, Noah. This might be. Back to the warning track. Perez is going to get in on it. Wilson's going to get to 3rd. And Noah, not a home run. Not the play. Maybe not the play, you know, we thought it was going to be. As we take a look at that one, a big hit there. That ball exploded off the bat of Jarrett Gray, but that'll drive in 1 run, and that moves Satchel now up to 3rd.
Yeah, Dane, that was a big hit, or at least like a big bat on the ball, I guess I should say. For a second there, I thought it was going to go. I really did. I think it was my hopes.
Off the crack of the ball, Noah?
Yes.
That's one of those that you immediately look up to the sky.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I had the same feeling there. It was mutual.
Okay, good.
Aping missing on the first one to Donovan. We have McCutcheon on first, Wilson on 3rd, and the dangerous, the ever so dangerous, Donovan Clark at the plate. 1-0's the count. There's 2 outs though, and Aping's trying to get out of this one. Clark, a big rip there. No dice, Noah.
Yeah, now he's trying to make something happen with a big rip here. But again, Donovan, it's a fairly consistent batter, and you know, he's got a really big chance right here to do something pretty great if he gets the bat on the ball.
Clark owns a .316 average. He's got 9 RBIs on the season. No, he's been as dominant in the outfield as he has on the base pass. McCutcheon's gonna go on first. McCutcheon, a beautiful jump there on first.
And see, that's what I was talking about earlier about how, you know, that could possibly stink for McCutcheon, really, just because he did have that huge jump.
Yeah.
And now he has to go back to first. But I mean, again, if it's there, it's there.
We talked about it. Donovan, he'll do whatever he has to get his bat on the ball there and try to get a base hit. 1-2 count, not in his favor. 2 outs. Aping trying to get out. This one's a high fly ball to right field. Short right field, and that's going to be Steven that ranges back to it. Noah, we're going to take a break here. Noah, take us to it.
Yeah, really, you know, you're going to see a piece that Ryan and I did about behind the scenes of the baseball house. Let's check that out.
Oh, what's going on? Welcome to the crib.
So who is the best hitter on the team?
Man, best hitter on the team.
That ain't hard at all.
That ain't hard.
Everybody know who it is.
Yeah.
It's only one person. Lichty.
Lichty.
And who's the best fielder on the team? Lichty.
Yeah, Lichty. Yeah, probably
who's the
Lichty.
best player on the team? Lichty.
Lichty, yeah.
MLB The Show, I'm the GOAT.
Oh my God, bro, you are so trash.
Who's the best show player?
I'm the best show player.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
All right, bro.
No, you're not.
What? Look, whatever.
Which one of you are Frank's favorite on the team?
He lets me sit in the bus the most.
Least favorite. In his room, it's either me, DJ, or Nabi.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Overall, in general,
definitely.
absolutely Adam Rosen.
Yes.
Thanks for coming to our house. Come support us this season.
Leading off for Marian in the top of the 5th inning. The center fielder,
Welcome back here inside Forest Glen Park. Ryan Lockhart joined by DJ Moore once again. DJ, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you for having me.
For the second time tonight.
Yeah.
It's almost becoming a regular thing now.
Don't mind it. You got a good view up here.
Noah Tobias doing a phenomenal job up here. He's going to go down to the field. We're going to have an interview coming up, I believe, in the next inning. We'll get you some more looks on that, but now it's Henry Fisher in the box for the Knights. Fisher flied out to right field in his last at-bat. The bats for the Knights right now, they're almost as cold as the wind that blows across this field. Turner able to find the strike zone there, 0-2 hole. DJ, we talked about Joey Butts, you know, in the last game, about how, you know, his stuff, he's able to mix it up. Brent Turner, a guy, gets a strikeout there. Brent Turner able to sit down Fisher.
Well, yeah, I talked to Joey after he came out. Well, when I got back down to the dugout after the first game, he said he was disappointed with the way he threw. I'm like, I told him he threw really well, especially for facing the same team within a week. I said you could have made some little bit of changes late in the game. He was flying off a little bit, but I told him overall he threw really well.
Yeah, I think the future of this pitching staff is in really good hands. I mean, we know Brian Abbott, really good guy, does a phenomenal job with you guys. But DJ, if I'm being honest with you, some of you seniors, I'm going to miss you guys next year. It's been a blast watching you guys, you know, my 3 years on campus so far. It's definitely going to be a little different, not calling a DJ Moore strikeout, but Brent Turner right now, he's working his magic out there. He's got an 0-2 hole.
Definitely like a lot of good future for this team with new pitchers and everybody that's coming in next year. I think they'll be in great hands.
Turner the pitch. That's a strike, and that gets him. Brent Turner is dealing on the mound right now. We call him Houdini up here because he knows the magic. We're going to take a look at this one. And DJ, what do you see on that pitch right there from Turner?
Well, he's keeping the ball in the zone. He's keeping it down. When he does that, he's pretty filthy.
DJ, that commercial break, we were able to see a video that a few of us here at FDN were a part of. We interviewed you guys on the team, you know, just some small stuff, kind of what the team looks like off of the field. You know, what was that like for you guys to, you know, show that family aspect?
Well, it's definitely a family within our team. We always joke around with each other.
This one out to McCutcheon at second. He's going to flip it to Roser at first. That's going to get the Forsters out of this one. DJ, we're going to have to come back with that thought. The next half inning here. We'll be back here on FDN at the Glen. Welcome back here inside Forest Glen Park. Ryan Lockhart joined by starting pitcher DJ Moore for your Huntington Forsters. And DJ, we weren't able to get to your answer because the nice play by Ian McCutcheon there at second base. But take us through it once again. What's the family aspect like on this team?
Well, I think this is the first year like this group has clicked from the very beginning. The first in our Hell Week, our workout week, the first week of the fall, we all clicked because we all played against each other. We all played travel together, so which was really good. And we really honestly opened the house up to anybody. That's always welcome. We're not picky about who comes through, just because we are one big family. We're all just one team. So.
Yeah, I know I can say from watching you guys up here in the press box, it's definitely looked like it. I mean, you can just see that team camaraderie, and that's what I was talking about with those, you know, those wins where you guys are fighting them out, grinding them out. I know we've had a couple walk-off losses in a few weeks here, but, you know, those are the things, those losses that I can see us building on. And, you know, I never want a loss, DJ. Don't get me wrong, but, you know, it's always something to take away from a loss.
Well, yeah, those walk-off wins or walk-off losses are coming down to a few pitches. Honestly, 2 or 3 pitches in the game that cost us, or what we're winning off of. So it's the game of baseball.
Now batting the Forest.
That one grounded out to Maverick Bacon at first.
Lifty.
Take a look at that, and Landrum just not able to get a hold of that one, but that will bring up number 16, Daniel Lichty.
Oh, Lichty.
Forsters right now lead this one 3-0. Cole Aping on the mound for the Knights. After that Landrum out, Aping's got one out up his sleeve. Bottom of the 5th here. Lichty, a swing on that one, but that's a foul.
Never seen somebody that can swing it really well from both sides of the plate.
DJ, how far do you think Lichty can hit the ball?
I've seen him put it almost close to over the scoreboard before in batting practice.
Ooh.
Or top of the trees in right field. He's definitely got some manpower.
Would you put him up there in the category with Shea Beecham? You know I had to ask, DJ. You know that question was coming.
Shea definitely hits the ball harder off the bat. And probably further, honestly. Shea had some enormous prime. I remember, I think it was the week before our national tournament 2 years ago. Him and Will Corsicar put it off the top of the scoreboard in batting practice. So it's
wow.
The way those balls flew off their bats was fun to watch.
DJ, I remember one of my first games I ever called with Logan Hunt. Shea had one, pulled the ball over. When you walk in here, we have an archway out in left field. The ball skied over the archway, and it was one of the only times I think I can say with my own eyes I saw the ball was still rising as it exited the field. And that's when I knew this team was special.
Yeah, Shea never really hit high fly balls unless it was to the infield, but when he would hit his home runs, they were just lasers out the ballpark.
Lichty's gonna draw a walk here. Lichty showing off, you know, he can get on base anyway here. This low ball, able to lay off on this one. And that's gonna bring up number 26, Austin Pritchard.
Definitely need to score a run right here.
Pritchard a transfer. Part of that California connection, him and Natividad. DJ, I don't know how those guys give up that beautiful weather for some of this Indiana weather we have.
Navi hates it here. He just hates it. They don't like the snow, they don't like the cold, they're not used to it because they're both from the LA area, so they're used to that 85, 90 degree weather every day, while we get our 30-degree weather here in sometimes May, sometimes late April.
Don't forget it'll be 70 that same day.
Yep, exactly.
0-1 the count right now for Pritchard. Lichty's gonna go for it. Lichty's gonna be safe. That's gonna be number 10 on the season for Lichty in 13 attempts. Showing off he has wheels. We're gonna take a look at this one, and good jump there by Lichty. A close play there out at second though, but Lichty just getting the fingertips in there right before the tag. Pritchard now a 1-1 count here. That ball a little outside. DJ, after that first game, you know, we were playing right there with Marian. The inevitable, that 8th inning happened. Forsters, you know, we kind of let up some runs, got down in the hole, end up losing that game. What was it like in the dugout kind of after that?
Well, it was kind of like almost like an aftershock of what happened in the inning. But Coach gathers us together and said, let's score 2 or 3 runs and see where we're at in the game and see if we can get some momentum going in the next game. Which I think,
talk about those high fly balls. That's one from Pritchard right there.
Which I think was great because we came into this game better at bats than last game. Even though last game we did get a Burleton's pitch count up, but he's a guy that will throw 130 pitches and still stay in the game.
Yeah. DJ, once you kind of start getting up there in that pitch count, you know, I know we talked about, you know, you had a little bit of arm issues earlier, but what's that like as a pitcher once you get up around that century mark?
Well, you kind of, it's honestly hard to describe because, one, I don't really, when I'm pitching, I don't know my pitch count when I'm throwing. I kind of don't want to know.
Pritchard's going to draw a walk there.
But late in the game, you know you got to make your quality pitches. You can't be missing a lot, especially walks. But if a batter has a long at bat, you can't really do much about it as long as you're throwing strikes.
Adam Roser now comes up for the Forsters. We have Lichty out on second. Pritchard on first. And it looks like we're going to have a change of pitcher, so we're going to take a minute right here with them. We're going to be right back, and we're going to look at aping stats as well as what's up for the new pitcher here. This is FDN at the Glen. Welcome back here inside Forest Glen Park. Ryan Lockhart and DJ Moore up here Talking some baseball, DJ. It's been a fun one so far tonight, but not for the Marian Knights. Cole Aping not able to get the job done, so we're going to have a new pitcher. It's going to be Adam Bartholomew, number 26, from right down the road. He went to he's from Kokomo, Indiana, went to Northwestern. Bartholomew, a guy, you know, you look at his stats. So far this season, has a 9.00 ERA. Only pitched 2 innings this season, so really low for him. Knights just, you know, trying to get some guys out of that bullpen some time here. Down 3-0 in this one. The bottom of the 5th.
Adam may be one of the toughest hitters I've ever faced. That man will fight off any pitch, especially when he was healthy. He was pretty dangerous at the plate.
Roser not able to find it there. And, you know, we talk Roser's healthier than what he was, but DJ, to see him at 100%, he's a dangerous man.
He was a dangerous man when he came in. He was fast. He could throw the ball across the diamond.
Gets this one. That's going to be to first base. Bacon's going to get it. They're going to call it safe.
Oh, wow.
And the Marian Knights, Todd Bacon's going to come out to that one. Maverick Bacon was the one that grabbed that one. We're going to take a replay of that, and DJ, go ahead and take us through it here.
Well, Adam lines one out, and whoever's at first, is that Pritchard?
I believe it is,
yes.
Yeah,
he gets caught, but that looks like he may have been out.
Well, we got a moment here. FDN would like to thank everyone who contributed to raising money for pediatric cancer. We raised a total of $102 tonight. Be sure to come out Saturday and help the baseball team continue to raise some more money. Once again, thank you to everyone. We said it's just a small step we can take, and they're going to call them out. You know, I know Forster fans, we're not real happy with it. DJ, we saw the replay. It's the right call. But now head coach Mike Frame's going to come out. And DJ, we're going to take a break here while Mike goes ahead and gives the umpire an earful here.
Yep,
we'll be right back here at FDN at the Glen.
This is how we like to do it.
Number 14, Bacon.
Welcome back here, FDN at the Glen. Forest Glen Park, Huntington, Indiana. The Huntington Foresters lead 3-0 against the visiting Marian Knights right now. The Knights making the trip from Indianapolis. But DJ, Mike Frame making the trip out to talk to the umpire. This one now chopped out. Satchel Wilson's going to grab it at second. Makes the throw to Roser, and he gets him. Wow, DJ. Satchel is a phenomenal talent out there. The freshman once again showing he's got all the skills as we take a look at this one. A high chop ball. Satchel able to field it cleanly there. Make a clean, good throw to first.
He's definitely going to be a stud by the time he's a senior. His brother played down at IU and then got drafted his junior, I believe. I was talking to his dad for a good while last week when we were at home. He said Satchel's brother just grew a lot faster than Satchel. Satchel's just a late bloomer, honestly. But he'll be fun to watch as the years go on.
DJ, that's a dangerous thing to be saying, because if he's already this talented and late bloomer, his future's got to be very bright here.
A lot of baseball in that family.
High fly ball here. Leo Lopez gets a hold of this one. Clark's going to get under it. And he's going to grab a hold of that. That's number 2 for the night, and that's going to bring up Hickman.
Now batting number 15, the catcher, Evan Hickman.
2 outs now for the Knights, and DJ, the Knights kind of cold with their bats in that first game, then got hot in that 1 inning. So far tonight, they've been cold in this one. Really, Brent Turner's been the reason. He's been able to find his location, change his pitches, really do whatever he wants. Houdini out there on the mound.
Well, his pitches, if he keeps it down the zone, they're hard to hit. He's a hard guy to piece up with his fastball moving and tailing like it does, and his slider just looks, everything looks like the same coming out of his arm slot.
It's a ball there. That one's got to be right on the line. Turner so far, 5 2/3 innings pitch, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. He's seen 17 batters. That one inside, and that's going to be a strike. Hickman didn't look too happy with that one. This one, Hickman takes a big rip at.
Yeah, as you see there, his ball starts in the middle of the plate, and it just tails. It's honestly a sharp tail that goes down half of the plate. So it's definitely hard to piece up for a lefty. He'll just nub it off the end if he does.
Hickman right now, 2 2's the count, 2 outs. Brent Turner looking for number 4.
That's honestly all they do with that pitch if it's up. It's hard to piece up.
Forster's playing really well right now. Brent Turner on the mound has been really good. Has a freshman, 2-2 the count. This
Good
one's
pitch.
inside. DJ, you can kind of hear the crowd getting behind Turner here.
It's definitely a big out.
It's this kind of atmosphere the Forsters have. Full count here. The pitch, that's high. And that's going to be a walk. That's going to be number 5 on the day for Brent Turner, and that's going to bring up number 32, Tyler Vogel. We're going to get a courtesy runner at first. That's going to be number 6, Adam Shooter, the junior. DJ, still no activity in the bullpen, and you know, the bullpen so far this season for you guys, we talk about, you know, the starters. Shinaberry at one point, now Landrum, you, McCutcheon, guy who's a conference crossroads player of the week, Brent Turner, Joey Butts, they're all getting in there now. This pitching staff is starting to get in really good shape, and you guys are starting to look pretty dominant.
Well, the young guys are starting to learn how the college game is. I told them, most of the young guys coming in, that
this is a high fly ball to right field. Perez is out there. I don't think he got a hold of that one.
Well, the college game is just, it's a lot different. It speeds up. The zone is a little tighter. The batters are more disciplined because you're coming in, you're facing guys that are juniors, seniors, 3-4 years older than you. And they've had 500-600 at-bats in their 4 years. So it's difficult to come in as a freshman and face top teams in the country like we do early in the season. So they learn pretty quick what the college game's like.
Now, DJ, what's it like? You know, you said it's pretty hard, but what's it like as a freshman to come in early, maybe the first game or against a team like Cumberland's that you and I both know can knock it out of any park, anywhere? What's it like to come in against teams like that, really good teams,
well, my freshman
as
year,
a young guy?
I faced Campbellsville, Cumberland's, Taylor was even solid my freshman year. Bunch of those good teams, they're just really disciplined to play. There's always a lot of pressure, especially when you come in tight situations as a reliever, because you want to do well. You want to have a reputation that coach can trust you on the mound, which is one of coach's biggest things as a freshman or even junior and senior. He wants to be able to trust you while you're out there. So
Gustavo making that throw to first, trying to get Shooter. Roser's out there on first. That was a close one. And Turner now not able to find that bottom strike zone. 2-2 count with 2 outs. Runner on first. Vogel in the box, and that one's way outside there to run this now to a full count.
Well, I believe we have Pritchard. The game plan was to bring Pritchard in after Brent.
Shooter goes here. And DJ, Brent Turner, another guy. I'm really looking forward for his future. A guy like Joey Butts and Gabe Freeman. I know we mentioned how good these freshmen are, but I think this is going to be a really special class for Huntington. That's going to be a strikeout for Brent Turner.
A really good frame by Gustavo.
He fought back to get into this at bat, and he's able to close it out with number 4 on the day. As far as strikeouts go, Houdini gets him out of it. We'll be back here at FDN at the Glen.
It's hard not to have faith and to be close to God when you're out there hours on end pushing your body to its limits. We try to provide a lot of opportunities for the kids to spend time together in a constructive and meaningful way through study hall groups, devotional series, and then our practices. Huntington University is really unique in the fact that on the cross-country team, we have resources and experience and knowledge that no other NEI school has for sure. I can guarantee that.
Welcome back here inside Forest Glen Park. Due up for the Forcers, Adrian Perez, the number 6 hitter, Satchel Wilson, and Ian McCutcheon. And Perez will take a first pitch strike here. DJ Perez, a guy, a transfer as well, one of those gems that the Frames were able to find. He takes a big swing there. That's going to be a strike. What has his contributions kind of been to this team since he's joined?
Big contribution, especially when he starts hitting the ball and gets on a hot streak. He's the type of guy who can hurt you on the base path. Definitely has a cannon in the outfield. He's got speed. He's got contact power. He's got all the tools. It's just a matter of him putting them all together at once.
Bottom of the 6th here, 1-2 count for Perez.
But he's definitely got more discipline at the plate from last year, his first year here, because a lot of teams get the reputation of him just throwing breaking balls and breaking balls, because he is a really good fastball hitter when he pieces it up.
2-2 count now for Perez. That one's outside, and that's going to run it now to a full count. DJ, if you're a pitcher on the mound, full count, you got a guy like Perez that can send it yard. What's your thoughts here for the pitch?
Well, if we were down 3-0, you got to make him swing. You can't risk of him getting on base, so I just throw him a fastball until he pieces it up. It's hats off to him.
DJ, by the way, you got to show me how to throw that changeup you got. That thing is nasty out there. We got some replays of it. You make guys look silly out there.
Yeah, it took me a couple of years to develop to where it is now. I started throwing it my freshman year in high school. And then working with my pitching coaches throughout high school, and he just kept telling me to long toss with it, just keep long tossing, and I've gotten to the point where I can just throw it to both sides of the plate. So it's definitely a feel for pitch. It's not the easiest thing to do.
I don't know what you feel with it, but it looks all good from up here in the press box. Wilson lays down the bunt here. Perez is going to get to second, and Bartholomew is going to slip and fall.
Grass is getting moist out there. It's getting pretty wet.
Wilson's going to be safe at first on an infield single. Not too many times do you see that one. Off a bunt right to the pitcher.
That was just bad all around.
Number 4, Ian
but it works. I always tell the guys later in the game, just put the ball in play. Just make the other team make plays.
That brings up the talented freshman right behind Satchel, Ian McCutcheon, number 4. No outs right now for the Forcers. McCutcheon showing bunt. And they're going to say this one was tipped. DJ, coming up for you guys. You got St. Francis Friday. It's Easter break, by the way, this weekend. St. Francis Friday, St. Francis Saturday, a doubleheader then. Bunt laid down here once again. That one's going to kick foul. Then you have Concordia after that, a doubleheader. You have Indiana Wesleyan, a 3-game series. What's the outlook like on these final games? Final 10 games, I believe it is.
Well, with the way Mount Vernon's playing and the rest of the schedule, we're going to have to win out if we want to have a chance. Definitely need to sweep this weekend and at least win 2 out of 3 next weekend. Hopefully Mount Vernon loses 1 or 2 the next series or 2. So it'll be interesting to watch. And just got to keep playing our own ball.
Now, I assume once again conference is going to be held at Taylor because the turf field, you know, all that good stuff about them. You guys traditionally play rather well over at Taylor.
We do.
Won the series 2-1 this year, and you know the last couple of years it seems like if you guys don't sweep the series, you're right there. This one sent out to right field. LaGuire's gonna have to go back. He gets a handle on it, and both runners are gonna have to come back here. Perez thought about trying to go for third once again, but McCutcheon's gonna be out. But DJ, like I was saying, you guys always play really well at Taylor. 2017, obviously won the tournament there. Last year was in a winner-take-all game with none other than Marian. What's the secret to your guys' success at Taylor?
Well, we get excited just because we get to go back to Taylor. It's always a chip on our shoulder every time we go there, and we always run into them in the conference tournament in a big game, usually the semifinals or quarterfinals. So it's there's really no secret. I mean, you get our speed on the turf, our base runners on the turf. I mean, we'll still definitely steal some bags. It plays a smaller park than it usually does, so the wind's always blowing out. But there's really no secrets to that place. It's just the tensions are high.
Pitch here inside to Gustavo, and that one looks like it might have knocked some dust off of his shoes there.
Gustavo and Adrian on second grew up together. They live about 2 hours away from each other, but both played in the same travel organization, so they've known each other for fairly well. So
both of these guys have really been key pieces of this team here. Gustavo rounding out here to the shortstop. Both runners will move up to second and third now. It'll be Perez on third, Wilson on second, and Donovan Clark, the leadoff hitter, up at bat. And DJ, you played a little bit of summer ball this past summer. What was that experience like, and you know the whole thing?
Well, I was down in North Carolina in Fayetteville, playing in the Coastal Plains League. It's one of the topper leagues in the country. As Mason played in Northwoods and Donovan played in Northwoods, and a bunch of our other guys played in top leagues. Bunch of big team names up there like UNC and Duke and
Clark, this one's going to get out to right field. Perez is going to score. Wilson's coming around the throw home. It's not going to matter. Clark's going to get to second. He's thinking about third. He's going to stay at second. That's going to be a 2 RBI double for Donovan Clark. The senior strikes again.
Big hit by Donovan.
Big one right off the bat here. It looked like Steven was going to be able to get a handle on it. But then the throw home, just wide, a big overthrow there. I thought for a minute Donovan was going around second, DJ. And, you know, I would have put money on him to make it to third.
He's sneaky fast. It's crazy.
DJ Donovan's got 2 stolen bases today. That runs him up to 29 now for the season. The record's 33.
Oh, he'll definitely get it.
Does he get it in the St. Francis series? There's 3 of them coming up this weekend.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I believe he said it last year, didn't he?
He did set it last. It was 27 originally. So,
okay.
You know, if you go back, he would have broke the record again this year. And that's crazy to see from a guy like Clark. only been here for 2 years. Maybe another year he could set the all-time record. I believe the all-time record's 83 total. But Clark, I believe he's like 20 away from that. I don't want to say he can't get it because Donovan's a guy, he had 5 the other night. We mentioned that. But 20, that might be a little stretch, you know, this late in the season. But with how you guys are playing here late in the season, those postseason runs come in big.
Well, with Colin as well, Colin's in double digits as well. He's around, I believe, 17, and once he gets on base and Donovan gets on base, it's a huge momentum builder. And there he goes.
Clark's going to go here, and Landrum getting a hold of that one.
And Colin coming in with a freshman with 17 bags, that's pretty good.
DJ, I saw the Foresters nationally were number 3 in stolen base average per game at 2.97.
We spend a lot of time in the fall, the winter, the spring on base. We spend at least a half an hour every practice just on base running because it is a huge momentum builder for us if we can get on base and steal bags and get in key situations where we can bunt, hit and run. We can do a lot of other things as Dad expresses to us, so it's a huge momentum builder for us as pitchers if we get a lead and for the defense as well.
Colin Landrum now. 2-2 count with 2 outs. Donovan Clark out there on second. Landrum fouls off yet another one. DJ, if you had to pick which one would be the sweetest victory over another team in the Crossroads League tourney, which one would it be? This one, this is a shot out to right field. It's not going to get far enough. That's going to be caught by LaGuire out there. DJ, we're going to have to come back in the next inning with that question once again. We'll be back in the top of the 7th inning. The Foresters put 2 more on. They lead 5-0. This is FDN at the Glen.
Leading off for Marian in the top of the 7th, the DH, number 11, Skylar McCool.
Hi there, everybody. I'm Noah, the coaches for this squad. Hunter, thank you so much for taking some time. Is this season what you've predicted?
Had some great expectations for this season. We had a lot of freshmen come in, a lot of transfers come in. There were solid guys, some All-State guys, some high JUCO guys, and I think we've done a pretty good job. We've lived up to our expectations. It's just kind of teaching our philosophy, getting guys to build into the buy into the culture and stuff like that. So, but I think we're doing pretty good. We got a long ways to go. Need to get some more toughness, I think, but all in all, I'd say we're doing pretty good.
Awesome. And so, you know, when you were a player, you actually went to the NAIA tournament and you were conference champions. So how do you take those experiences into, you know, making you a better coach for these guys?
You know, it's just teaching the young guys, getting guys to buy in, getting guys to understand what that environment's like. Some guys playing in high school baseball but small 1A schools don't understand what that environment's like, playing in a big environment like that. So it's getting them up to speed. Making sure that everybody knows what they're doing in certain situations. So.
Awesome. Well, Hunter, thank you so much for taking the time to be with me and answer a couple of questions.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. All right, back up to you, Ryan and DJ.
Thank you for that, Noah. And thank you, Hunter Loskamp, for that. DJ, you've been teammates with that guy, and now he's one of your grad assistant coaches. What's that been like to be a part of that relationship?
Well, Hunter coming in was, I remember him on his visit, one of the biggest guys I've ever seen, especially as a catcher. He's bigger than me, about twice my size. And scary dude when he gets mad, but he's a really great guy. Means well with everything. You can mess around with him. It's hard to call him coaches because you played with them, especially last year, especially with Andy out there. But they all mean well. They all know what they're doing, so you can trust them. But really great guys, really great coaching staff, and they fit well with us.
DJ, we're going to see a pitching change right now for the Foresters. We had Brett Turner on the mound. Turner went 6 innings, had 6 walks, 4 strikeouts, threw 107 total pitches, which, you know, for a guy as young as him, that's a lot of pitches. But I think he had a good outing tonight. Only allowed, you know, a few hits here. But now we're going to see Austin Pritchard, number 26, come up for the Foresters. And, you know, Pritchard, not a guy that'll pitch a lot for you guys, but when he does, DJ, he's really dominant.
He's really good. He pitched over in JUCO, I believe, and he's got some velocity behind his balls. He got a good breaking ball and a really good changeup. So we'll see what we can do here.
Pritchard in 3 2/3 innings has a 0.00 ERA. He's 1-0. Played in 2 games. He's only allowed 1 hit. He's got 5 strikeouts, DJ.
Yeah, he threw against Cleary his last outing, and they did not touch him.
I believe he had 3 of those 5 strikeouts in that Cleary game.
Yep.
Pritchard is a guy, you know, he's really humble. And I think that's one of my favorite things about him is I've talked to him quite a bit. This is a high fly ball. Perez is tracking this one down. He gets under it. He catches it. That's going to be number 2 in this half inning.
Now batting the center fielder, number 7, Henry Fisher.
Well, when he keeps his ball down, he's got really good run to it. He's got that natural run that the lefties do. So and he's got some velocity behind it, so he's hard to piece up.
DJ, as a full-time pitcher, what's it like for you to see a position player come in and pitch?
Well, in high school, I was a position player, so I would play both. Wherever my coach would have me third, short, second, or pitch. So I honestly would just do both and have my normal rest usually or go play the field. And I came in at HU, a 2-way player, but then just started focus on pitching because that was my future.
Tough pitch there by Pritchard. Fisher not able to find it, and Fisher's had a tough day today, DJ.
He's usually a solid hitter, from what I remember right, so.
Even in, you know, that game, that single game, wasn't able to find his stuff. Fisher against Taylor was only 2-9 for the series, had 4 runs scored and 3 RBIs. And Pritchard gets him to swing big at number 2.
Well, most of their guys in Marian's lineup got big swings, so you definitely got to keep the ball low for them.
Now batting the Knights' second baseman, number 3, Ethan Stevens.
DJ, a big strikeout there for Pritchard. He's a guy that he might get some more reps as we kind of get closer to this postseason play here on the mound.
He does, comes in and says, here, hit if you can hit it.
Not afraid to throw it down the middle or throw that breaking ball because both of them look almost as good as the other one.
He threw really well in the fall in our scrimmages and stuff, and ever since then he's been in the rotation, or kind of been in the rotation, but his majority focus is hitting.
Foresters lead this one 5-0. The Knights are now down to their last out here. And DJ, it's not looking good for them. 1-2's the count. 2 outs.
Let's see if he can finish it off right here.
Steven gets this one out.
Ah, a little never.
That's going to fall to the short infield there.
It was a really good pitch by Pritchard.
That's one of those inside on the hands, barrel of the bat, and you know, if you swing at it and make contact, so be it, DJ. That's
one of the hits, like one of the hits as a pitcher, and just like really make a great pitch, and just they find a way to put a piece on it.
That's only number 2 in the hit category that Pritchard's given up.
It's a really good pitch. But
now Pritchard's going to see the top of the order with Caden Jones coming up. Jones had a home run in that single game last week. He's got a bat that could get something going, and strike zone getting a little bit bigger on that pitch.
Well, we played against, I think it was Cleary a couple weeks ago, and I talked to one of the umpires and said he's ready to get out of here. So those later games, those umpires might open up the zone, and I don't know where that ball was, but compared to the first one.
Yeah. 1-1 count now. Maybe flip-flop on those 2 pitches there, but nevertheless, still a 1-1 count. 2 outs here. Pritchard on the mound for the Foresters. Not able to find the strike zone there. Pritchard's got 2 outs in his back pocket, but there's also 2 runners on base. This one up the middle. McCutcheon's gonna get there. He won't be able to scoop it up, and that's gonna be a base hit by Caden Jones, and that's gonna load the bases. Pritchard tried to grab a hold of this one. McCutcheon looked like he was going to be able to scoop it and maybe flip over to Satchel Wilson. But DJ, you mentioned the ground a little wet, the ball taking a couple weird hops there. And that'll bring up the ever so dangerous Maverick Bacon, number 14 for the Knights. This one gets away from Gustavo, but McCool's not going to test him. Bacon is a senior for this squad. Was the newcomer of the year in the conference last year. DJ, what's it like to pitch against a guy like this?
Well, he comes from a good program at Ball State, so you know he can swing it. He can play. Used to play short and second, I believe, so he had some athleticism to him that I think he had a little bit of injury that cost him to play first, but he can definitely swing it. Has definitely some pop to his bat, so you definitely got to keep it away from him and keep it low.
1-1 the count now. Pritchard with the pitch. That's outside. DJ, if you're on the mound right now, bases are loaded. Are you nervous right now? You just need one more out and you're done. The ball game's over. Here's a high fly ball. Colin Landrum's gonna get under it, and he's gonna catch it.
Big win.
The Foresters win this one. They'll win the series 2-1. DJ,
it's been a privilege.
It's been an honor. It's been my honor. FDN Sports' honor. We're gonna have to get you back up here some other time.
Appreciate it.
DJ, thank you would be an understatement. It's been a blast.
Thank you.
We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be back with some news on the FDN at the Glen, as well as a word from a few of our guys and even a post-game interview from a coach. This is FDN at the Glen.
What does it mean to impact your community? As a broadcast media major at Huntington University, you'll explore that question and uncover the heart of storytelling. Tell real-life stories of the world around you from day one and uncover why it matters to the campus, community, and beyond. It could be in our live TV studio through our award-winning newscast, broadcasting home athletic events, or running HU's very own radio station. You'll have the opportunity to use industry standard equipment from 4K cameras to instant replay to better prepare you for a future career. In addition to foundational courses, you'll have the chance to specialize in church media, corporate media, news, or marketing and sales. Or spent your last summer interning in one of America's largest cities, Phoenix, Arizona. In this one-of-a-kind opportunity, you'll have a home base at Huntington University's Arizona Center for Digital Media as you launch into professional opportunities catered toward your area of interest and enjoy the sunshine in the process. Your professional network begins as soon as you become a Forester. Broadcast media majors at HU have a long-standing history of success in the job market. You'll be connected with alumni who have gone before you, not to mention all of your professors have industry experience. You've been given a gift. Why not use it to impact your world for Christ? Huntington University Broadcast Media. Real life stories, real world experiences. Impact your community.
This is how we like to do it.
Welcome back to FDN at the Glen. Again, I'm Noah Tobias, and I'm joined here by Mr. Andy Roser, again, one of the coaches for the Foresters. And Andy, again, thank you so much for joining me here for our post-game show.
No problem. You guys do an excellent job down here.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So, today, Foresters went 1-1. Is today a success? Is it not what you guys were expecting, or what are your guys' thoughts about this?
Well, their first guy that they did today, he's been around for probably 3 years. I think he was an All-American his freshman year. So anytime you can, we got a win last week against him. Anytime you can go 8, 9 innings against him and not get beat that bad early, it's a win in my book. And then game 2, it's always a tough one this late, but we pulled it out late in the late innings.
So the conference tournament is coming up here pretty quickly, and you guys are standing up at number 1 in the conference. What are some things that you guys see that you guys will definitely be wanting to work on here in the coming weeks to prepare for that tournament?
Right now, if we need to work on our hitting with runners in scoring position, I feel like we get a lot of guys to second and third, and then we do nothing with it. And we'll be there. Certain times we can get it done, but more times than not, we're struggling with it. So that's something we need to work on going into the tournament right now.
So for you, again, being a player and then coming back and being a coach, what has this experience really meant for you?
I feel like when you play and then come back as coach at the same place, you know what these guys are going through day in and day out. You went to the same classes, you lived in the same dorms, and you know exactly what they're doing. So you can kind of feel for them sometimes, and you can also get on them because you know when they're slacking off because you went through the same things.
For sure. Well, hey, Andy, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Not a problem. Now, I am joined by Miss Emma Grace. She's going to give us a little bit of an update about, what happened here at FDN at the Glen today.
FDN at the Glen was an amazing event today. It went way better than we ever expected. Today was our first event of ever doing it. We raised over $100 for pediatric cancer tonight, and the guys are going to be doing this again on Saturday. So be sure to come out and support your Foresters, of course, but also help them to continue to raise pediatric cancer for an organization for Go for the Goal. We are just so thankful for everyone that was involved, and we hope that you'll all come back out Saturday and that we can continue doing this event.
Thank you so much, Emma, for that update. And we are actually going to send it back up to Ryan and DJ for some post-game stats. Guys, take it away. Yeah, let's go.
Well, thank you for joining us here tonight. My name is Brace Snyder, and this is Justin Coleman. And you haven't gotten to see us on camera tonight, but I'm the producer tonight, and Justin Coleman, director. Or 2 seniors tonight. Thank you for watching our broadcast, and thanks again to Emma Justin again. We'd like to thank Ryan. We'd like to thank Noah Tobias. Everybody else behind the crew, Shelby Price, Paige Schreiber, Isaac Hannigan on camera, our radio crew who did a fantastic job tonight, Jacob Osborne, and we had a lot of good stuff from Emma Lane, but I'd also like to thank Kobe Solms, our replay guy, and Adam Widener, Lance Clark. We've also got Peter Price, who did our audio tonight. So many people brought this broadcast together. But Justin and I, we're seniors tonight. Now, Justin, you've been here for 4. I've been here for 3. Final broadcast tonight. How's it feel, man?
Before I say that, we forgot the animation department.
Big one, yeah.
The graphics you see going in and out of breaks, it's just great having people all around that can just produce such a great product. But back to what you said about my last 4 years, I'm telling you, man, it's really upsetting to see it end, but I had a great group of people. My boy Logan Hunt came through and taught me everything. Then you got Adam, who's always been there for me like a dad. And you got Lance, who's the godfather of it all. Man, just put that together. Great group of people here.
Yeah, it's been a very fun 3 years for me, 4 years for you, and this is probably the biggest broadcast that we've ever done for our baseball season. We could not have gotten through this baseball season without Ryan Lockhart, who you've heard on the mic every single night almost. He's been influential in helping us get through this season, and again, just a big thank you to everybody who's been a part of this season. Hopefully you've enjoyed everything we got to do. Justin, I mean, is there anything else?
We can't forget the other voice behind HU Baseball, my boy Jim. He came in a clutch a lot of times. When we didn't have enough people, he was always there too. So we got multiple voices that y'all got to hear. You heard the new people come in, like Austin, Carson. You're going to hear more new voices next year with all these other sports that we got going on. So stay tuned, because this is just the beginning for FDN Sports. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, this is the beginning of what is going to be a fantastic year to come next year. We will not be part of it, but we will be at home watching just like you are. So thank you once again for tuning in to join us tonight. FDN at the Glen was a success thanks to you being able to watch and being able to get out here. Signing off for the last time, Bray Snyder.
Justin Coleman.
Yeah.